Hello everyone, it is Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Today we are playing EUPyramidHead's Reno Druid. So, Reno Druid. Wow, it's been a long time. I can't remember the last time I played Reno Druid. It's a very, very long time ago. I'm sure there's a video somewhere of me playing it. But my memory of Reno Druid is playing a slow deck, right? Expensive cards, expensive minions, often death rattles, things of that nature. Maybe N'Zoth. Just getting super value out of it. Maybe at some point I'd played a Hadronox Reno Taunt Druid. Whereas this deck, if you look at the composition, the most expensive cards cost 6 mana, Cornelius, Roame and Reno Jackson. In fact, there are aspects of this deck that would remind you of an aggro druid. It runs the pirate package, for example, when you look at the early game. And there are then a variety of tech cards in this deck. This deck, according to the deck author, is designed to help against Questline Pirate Warrior, so you have Golokka Crawler, for example. It's also designed to work well against Questline Hunter. And I think that is where this deck excels especially. I think it's more effective against Questline Hunter than it is against Questline Pirate Warrior. So, against the Hunter, you really want to remove the effectiveness of that hero power. So you have robes of protection in this deck. Your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So you build up a big board. All they could do is target your face. I mean, that's not a good thing, obviously. But often they would rely on casting those cheap spells, targeting your minions and getting rid of them in the early game. They can't do that if Robes of Protection comes down, so you build up the board and you pressure them and win. Combo that though with Mind Breaker. Hero powers are disabled, so at that point you've completely nullified the aggressiveness of the Questline Hunter in the late game, particularly when they've completed their quest, and now they can't use that hero power. And they are screwed. So, let's have a look at the deck in action. The music that you were hearing, by the way, was the theme for Greybough, who is in this deck. It's a nice theme, haunting theme.
None will survive.
And we were just talking about hunters. Here's a hunter. So a real test with this deck. Let us see how we fare. So, Nerubar Weblord, do your thing.
Well done.
If the hunter will ever pass their turn, come on. What are you thinking about? So they've got the coin. Are they thinking about whether to use the coin or not? Is that where we're at here? Oh, come on. Stop wasting time. Seriously? You're an aggro deck? Just play your cards and pass, thank you very much. Okay. At that point you start to wonder, is it going to be one of those games where they rope you on every turn? No, thankfully not. Our opponent has regained their senses. So we have a Weblord on the board, we have a bird on the board. Maybe it's time to give them some robes of protection. So is this a race? A race between them hitting my face with the hero power and cheap spells, comparative to this board of minions that I'm slowly building up that can't be targeted now. One thing that is going to concern me is the leper gnomes that are going to appear shortly. That's going to mean more damage that my face takes from their death rattle. Alright. And I couldn't resist the urge there to trade. This is inbuilt. Maybe I should have ignored the leper gnomes there, the two of them that I killed, and just gone face with everything. Just to race this hunter. Sure, if I'd left 3 leper gnomes up, then my taunt would die through trades. But do we really care about that? I guess we should have been more concerned with pushing max damage to their face. Because they can still target my face. And we don't have a Mindbreaker active on the board. So that hero power is still active. And we're nearly dead. Oh, look. Ask and you shall receive. There's a Mindbreaker. Okay. This is good. And actually, if I had pushed all of that damage face on the previous turn, we would have had lethal on this turn, I think. So my inability to plan and think ahead has cost me a little here, but I think we're safe. The Mindbreaker cannot be targeted. So that hero power is useless. I mean, if we had the Kobold Monk as well here, where our hero can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, that would just complete everything for us. Is there any chance we die here? The Leper Gnome does 2 damage on the death rattle. I think we sneak out a victory here. Oh, yes we do. Oh no, wait, they've got the coin? What else do they have? Oh, that's fine. So, maybe a little bit of carelessness on my part in this game, but we were still able to come out with a victory. Wow, very satisfying then. Alright.
Nature seeks balance and all.
Here's time for a priest. Now, I've kept the Blood Circle Corsair because this will bring out patches, but I'm going to play in Biggin to buff the patches. You notice that I also kept Cornelius Roame. Why did I do that? It's card draw. And I'm anticipating a somewhat slow game against the priest. And therefore, I am concerned that I will play stuff onto the board and they will clear it. I'll play more stuff, they'll clear it with AoE. And therefore, I will run out of resources. Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, if that had pulled Cornelius Roame onto the board, can you imagine? Can you imagine how great that would have been? Anyway, going back to my earlier point. Our resources will get cleared. If they're playing Dirty Rat and Loot Hoarder, this must be a Reno Priest. So, Cornelius Roame is refill. And I think one of the problems that you could have with this deck is you play these cheap cards early on and then you run out of stuff to do.
I hope you like my invention.
And then when you run out of stuff to do, you're in a bit of trouble, particularly if that board that you play gets cleared. So Cornelius Roame to the rescue is what I am anticipating. But gosh, we've slowed right down here. We cannot play these cards because of Embiggen I mean, our cards are more expensive. We have no play next turn. What would have been a 5-cost Lothar now costs 6. That's a little bit awkward.
Mind if I roll need?
I hope you
Because
won't
to be
let
honest, against a priest, I could really do with a Lothar on 5 to counteract Hysteria.
The scourge will devour all. Aye, aye.
However, the priest is nearly dead. Our board has been doing a fair amount of work, and actually that Patches being buffed by Embiggen, that's been a big deal. So, what do they have here? 5 mana. It'd have to be Hysteria, right?
What must I do?
But that may not be enough for them. Oh, healing. Sure.
What
Oh
knowledge
goodness.
stars provide?
Oh, it doesn't clear my entire board. That's perhaps helpful. Okay. I guess we just play Lothar. And we just push pressure here. Block out those spells. If the Lothar lives, then we win the game. And if they don't heal substantially, that is not substantial healing. They think they are coming back into this game. Unfortunately for them. We have Zephyrus. Great finisher. Wow. So, our aggression paid off. Zephyrus paid off. Happy days.
It pleases me to see you, Shannon.
Alright, another game against Druid. So, what do we keep here? I like the Watch Post. I like the Cult Neophyte. I'm going to assume it's Alignment Druid. So I like both of these cards against Alignment Druid. It's going to be a lot of spells that they play. Okay, Reno. A little bit too early to this party. If we were going up against a hyper-aggressive opponent, yeah, I'd value Reno, but... Against the Druids, maybe not just yet. Our opponent is thinking hard about whether to hero power. Oh no, they're giving me mana! Oh, sure, thank you. What can I do with this extra mana? Turns out, not that much. Well, we can make their spells more expensive. I guess that's decent. But next turn, we can kick in with Elise, the Enlightened. Does that really do a huge amount for us? Duplicating this hand? Oh look, the Mana Saber, more expensive. Taxation working out. And I think Greybough here does a lot more than Elise. So, how do they deal with this board? How do they deal with Greybough? Oh, you know what's coming, don't you? It's going to be alignment soon. Interesting. Oh, do you see the play here? Do you see the really cool play?
Need a hand, Explorer?
Double Embiggen. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, it may make some of our cards far too expensive that we can't play them, but fine. We had fun. Not sure that double Mindbreaker is going to do much for us here. Double Reno could be helpful at some point. And double Reader means card draw. Oh, look! Taxation! Oh, dear. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. Just wow. Oh, here we go.
You asked for it.
Nature seeks balance, and all.
Now, playing this deck, what would I prefer? Secrets Mage or Questline Mage? So I'm keeping the Weblord. It's a 2-drop. And if it's Secrets Mage, Weblord is helpful. Lotheb, pretty good against Mage in general. If it is Questline Mage, I guess Nerobar Weblord isn't a great keep. Or what if it's Reno Mage? Or LPG Mage? Now, that would be interesting. Our opponent, though, really thinking hard about their mulligans, so maybe it's an LPG deck. Right, we are ready to go. Oh, bloody hell. Questline. Did not want to see that. Really did not want to see that. So now I'm thinking that I am heavily unfavoured against this. If they complete their questline, draw through their deck ever so quickly, and start chaining ignites on my face, then I'm just dead, right? I am just dead. Even with Reno Jackson available to us in this deck, assume that we just cannot survive the sheer firepower that they will have post-quest completion. Is there anything teched into this deck that could really help us beyond the Monk? Because the Kobold Monk indicates that your hero can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, but they'll just target the Monk at 6 health, they'll kill that. Unless we have Robes of Protection on the board with the Monk. So we would need both of those to be present at the same time. To protect my face and to protect the Monk. But then they'll just have mass AoE, right? Wow, look at them go. Gosh, so quick.
I am one with the time.
Okay, our face is safe for the time being. Now, do you know what I'm looking forward to? I am looking forward to getting value from stealing their secret. And do you know what I'm hoping that secret is? I'm hoping that secret is not Ice Barrier. I'm hoping it is Ice Block, because I want it. In fact, if we steal the Ice Block, that could be our path to victory against this deck. Look at the investment, though, that is going into killing this poor Kobold Monk. Alright, and now my face can be targeted. Alright, is it time for the Horde Operative? I believe it is.
I spy my foolish eye.
Oh wow, we've got an Ice Block. Now, for a moment, I thought we were stealing their secret. No, we're just copying it. Ah, wouldn't it be great if we could steal it? Wait, there are cards that can do that, right? Anyway, how far are they from destroying us? Oh, because they've completed their quest line, haven't they? Of course they have. Turn 5. Of course they have. Ah, dear, oh dear. Oh, hello. Well, that's useful.
Need a hand, explorer?
Double Lothar is very useful, potentially.
I have proven myself. I demand answers.
Ah, there she is. So is this the beginning of the end? Now I've just realised this deck runs Maiev Shadowsong.
Where's your plan now?
Huh. So, if needed, we could neutralise that 7 attack. Could have done it last turn. But I wanted to develop Lothar. I felt that was more important. Huh. They still managed to get through the taunt. Alright, now then. Now we neutralise it.
I am the iron hand of the Waste.
So that has bought us 2 turns against that 7 attack on the board. So this is a race now to go face, pop their block and kill them before their spells can target my face and kill me. We do not have to worry about Dawn Grasp for 2 more turns. It is just these dance spells that we need to worry about. Okay.
Justice is mine!
I don't think I've ever attacked with Maiev Shadowsong before. Alright, here we go. Lothar again. Okay, so will this be enough to pop the block is the question. This does feel rather tense. Oh god. To the face they go, but Lothar's done his job. At least it's just one fireball and not a bunch of other stuff at the same time. How do we want to do this? We could trade everything in.
Justice is mine!
We could kill that 7/7, but do I really want to trade in 3 minions to kill that? I think playing the second Maiev Shadowsong is fine. I don't think there's anything else we'd use it against. What other minions do they run? So this is fine, this is a good strategy. We keep a super wide board here. And I'm not sure what is better here. Mindbreaker or the Watch Post? The Watch Post would make a card more expensive, that could be important. But here we deny them the hero power, which is a source of damage, which could be important for us. But Evocation is a bit scary. But we have the ice block. They have no ice block now. So actually, yeah, you can pop the block. That's fine. I will kill you next turn. Unless you can find an ice block from that evocation, which I assume they were looking for. Oh, Flurry! That's interesting. Can they freeze my entire board? But I still win, right? No, I don't. My hero power is blocked out. I can't hero power... Oh, that's why I should have played the watch post. Because now I can't hero power their face to kill them if they freeze my entire board. Oh, this is tense. This is very... Oh, very tense, but we win. Thank goodness. Yeah, just ignore my misplays. Key thing is, we won. We beat a meta deck.
The light shall bring victory.
Nature seeks balance in all things.
Right, here we go. Against a priest, our final game. I like Embiggen. And I don't know if I should have kept the Crypt Lord. It's fine. We have Embiggen with a pirate. That means we get the 3/3 patches onto the board. That is a really, really big deal. Early on, that pressure can just win you the game. Eventually, it can pave the way towards you winning the game. Because for a turn 1 play, this is very strong. These stats are significant. 3/3. It's going to be harder to remove. Now, I could have played the Peasant on curve there, but I value developing the Crypt Lord while I can. And I would just play minions to buff its health. Although its attack is only at 1. So we could be buffing its health and... Well, if it only still attacks for 1, does that do anything much? Until we buff it, of course. Yeah, that 1 damage from the Crypt Lord, it'll add up over time. What I'm really waiting for is a Cornelius Roame turn. That's what I'm really interested in. So by the looks of things, with double palm reading, this appears to be Big Priest. How scared do I need to be? Oh god, what the hell is that? Shard of the Naru. Is this what the new United in Stormwind Big Priest looks like? Okay. So, getting closer. Oh, here we go.
Unity, precision.
Oh, that's alright. That could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm really scared of? The Colossus. Scrapyard Colossus. That's what I'm really scared of because of the Death Rattle. Ziliax we can deal with. How long can this go on? Asks the chain gang. Well, hopefully not for too much longer, because the longer this does go on, the more big threats the Big Priest will put out, and then we will be in trouble.
Unity, precision.
That's fine. Resurrecting a Ziliax rather than a Scrapyard Colossus.
What is it? Free me.
Right. Let's develop the bird. And a bit of card draw. Let's see what they invest here to clear the board. Then that will hopefully pave the way for Cornelius Roame next turn. Oh, can't wait to play Cornelius.
Well done. Unity. Precision.
With Cornelius, you know, you play him. Like, we've got no risk. We've got very few cards in hand. You play Cornelius, and then suddenly,
The sky burns and you're sitting on
your hand is full. The speed at which your hand fills up is pretty amazing with Cornelius, and if you blink, you'll miss it, and then suddenly realise, oh, I've got a full hand, and oh, I'm overdrawing. I like the design of this card, I really do. Also, Cornelius's artwork is great. I mean, look at him. He just looks like an absolute beast. You wouldn't want to mess with this guy, would you? And our opponent has gone to sleep.
Well done.
Come on, wake up, big priest. Seek guidance? What? Questline? Huh. I'm really confused.
Guards, hold the line.
Hello, 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 and to the face we go.
for action.
Now, I could have played Arbor Up, but I'm anticipating this board to disappear shortly, and thus I want to save Arbor Up for maybe my next wave of minions. So yes, if they want to clear this, they can. Cornelius Roame has done a good job for us. Cornelius Roame has just won us the game because Cornelius brought us closer
I am the iron hand of the
to getting Maiev Shadowsong.
Time for action.
And there it is. What a sweet win! Thanks to Cornelius Roame. Wow, oh, that was a really, really awesome journey with this Reno Druid. What a fun deck, and 5 wins and 2 losses with this deck. That is how things have panned out for me. We beat a hunter, just barely, I was careless. We beat a priest, 2 priests actually. We beat a druid, and we beat a questline mage. My 2 losses were to questline Pirate Warrior. It was actually quite close. We'd both built up pretty good boards, but I just got outvalued. And the other loss was to Alignment Druid, who played Malagos and just killed me way too early. But 5 wins, 2 losses. I will absolutely take that for Reno Druid. This deck can be underestimated. Don't underestimate it. You can absolutely make progress playing this deck on the ladder if you are targeting the right opponents. And in particular, Questline Hunter is a big target for this deck because you're running those tech cards that help you survive against Questline Hunter. In particular, Robes of Protection protects the minions on your board, so it lets you build up a big board. And then you've of course got Mindbreaker that neutralizes their hero power, so that just stops them doing that repeated damage to your face. So if you are running into lots of Questline Hunters, maybe this is a good deck to play, but still remember, it's a Reno deck, and therefore you have to get lucky. You have to draw the right cards at the right time, the right answers to the problems on the board. You're running single copies of these cards, and therefore it may be harder to come across them, so be aware of that. You need a little bit of luck and good timing with this deck in order to succeed. It's a Reno deck, and therefore card slots are flexible. Tech in the cards that you need depending on the meta that you are facing. And also remember that this is a faster Reno deck. You know, your most expensive cards only cost 6 mana, and therefore you are looking to curve out well in that early game and build up that board and put your opponent under a little bit of pressure. MVP card for me, well, I like Cornelius Roame. Cornelius came through for us in one of those games, drawing us those resources, and the real MVP card, though, is Maiev Shadowsong, as you saw in a couple of games, being able to neutralise a couple of big threats and just buying me some more time for a couple more turns to build up that board, keep putting out that pressure, was pretty good indeed. So, in summary, a fun deck. It's off meta, so if you are looking to make the most efficient progress on the ladder, you may want to consider a tier 1 meta deck, but if you're looking to have fun and still win some games, then this is a good deck for you. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you've enjoyed the music playing in the background. This is Greybough's theme, and I will see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun, but until next time, please stay safe. Please look after yourselves, and as always, please be good to one another.